Masturbation after 60. 5 common mistakes older men should avoid. Have you ever noticed how our relationship with intimacy evolves as we age? By the time men reach their 60s, personal touch, connection, and physical release often take on new meaning. Masturbation remains a natural, healthy part of life, even in later years. In fact, when practiced mindfully, it can reduce stress, improve sleep, support circulation, and even benefit prostate health. But here's what many men don't realize. The body changes with age, and the way we approach self-pleasure needs to change with it. Some common habits, harmless in youth, can quietly drain energy, disrupt hormones, or even interfere with overall vitality in older adulthood. This isn't about shame, it's about awareness. In this video, we'll walk through 5 common mistakes older men make when it comes to masturbation, and why avoiding them can support not just your sexual health, but your energy, mood, and longevity. This is about aging with intention, staying connected to your body, and treating this part of life with the care and respect it deserves. Let's dive in with clarity, honesty, and dignity. Mistake number 1. Relying on overstimulating pornography. With modern technology, access to explicit content is just a click away, and for many older men, it becomes an easy habit. But the problem isn't pleasure itself, it's overstimulation. As we age, the brain becomes more sensitive to how dopamine, the pleasure chemical, is triggered. Regular exposure to high-intensity, fast-paced pornography can overwhelm the brain's reward system, leading to desensitization. Over time, this may dull your natural response to touch, intimacy, and even joy. What once felt fulfilling may now feel flat or disconnected. Most will agree this is not a desirable outcome. Mental health professionals now suggest exploring more mindful alternatives, like erotic literature or slower, softer imagery that encourage imagination and emotional presence. By dialing down the intensity, you give your brain space to reconnect with real-life pleasure, emotional balance, and mental clarity. This isn't about giving something up. It's about choosing what truly supports your well-being. Mistake number 2. Using masturbation to numb loneliness or stress. As we grow older, it's natural to seek comfort during times of loneliness, grief, or emotional strain. But when masturbation becomes a default escape from these feelings, rather than an intentional act of self-connection, it can leave you feeling more isolated, not less. Over time, this pattern may lead to emotional detachment, where the act is no longer about pleasure, but avoidance. Experts recommend taking a moment of self-inquiry before reaching for relief. Am I doing this to feel better, or to avoid feeling something at all? That small pause can shift everything. Replacing habitual, emotionally detached routines with meaningful activities, like reaching out to a friend, spending time in nature, or pursuing a creative interest, can help restore a deeper sense of connection and well-being. Masturbation can still be a healthy part of life, but it's most nourishing when it comes from a place of presence, not pain. Mistake number 3. Overlooking the body's changing needs. By the time a man reaches his 60s, his body has evolved in ways that deserve recognition and care. The heart, nervous system, blood vessels, and even skin sensitivity don't respond the same way they did at 30 or 40. But many older men continue to approach self-pleasure with the same intensity, pressure, or urgency they once did. This can unintentionally place stress on the body. Rushed or forceful stimulation may trigger dizziness, a racing heart, muscle tension, or fatigue. For those managing high blood pressure, heart conditions, or diabetes, this strain can become especially concerning. Even the pelvic floor muscles, often overworked during climax, can suffer, contributing to urinary issues or lingering discomfort. Healthcare professionals encourage older men to honor these changes with gentleness and presence, Slowing down, breathing deeply, using softer touch, and choosing comfortable positions can not only reduce risk, but enhance sensation and satisfaction. Masturbation, like all forms of intimacy, should evolve with age, becoming less about performance and more about connection, relaxation, and enjoyment. Mistake number 4. Treating erectile changes as a personal failure. As the body ages, changes in sexual function, like slower arousal or softer erections, are completely natural. Yet many older men interpret these shifts as signs of decline or failure. This mindset can trigger performance anxiety, turning a private moment of self-care into a silent test of functionality. The stress that follows can make things worse, as anxiety activates cortisol, a hormone that interferes with arousal and pleasure. Instead of viewing self-pleasure as a performance to pass or fail, older men are encouraged to see it as an act of self-nurturing. When the goal shifts from proving something to simply enjoying comfort and sensation, pressure dissolves and pleasure often returns. And if changes persist or cause concern, seeking professional guidance isn't a sign of weakness. It's an act of courage and self-respect. Many solutions are available, and support is always within reach. Mistake number 5. Overlooking prostate health. As men grow older, the prostate gland often enlarges, a common condition known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. While typically non-cancerous, this natural change can make the area more sensitive to pressure and strain. Unfortunately, some older men continue using forceful or prolonged masturbation techniques without realizing they may be aggravating the prostate. Excessive pressure, delayed ejaculation, or tensing the pelvic muscles too intensely can lead to irritation, inflammation, and even urinary discomfort. Urologists recommend a gentler approach, one that prioritizes comfort, mindfulness, and relaxed pacing. If persistent pelvic discomfort, interrupted flow, or new urinary symptoms appear, it's wise to consult a healthcare provider. Prostate health is closely tied to overall well-being, and it deserves careful attention at every stage of life. A few last thoughts. Embracing sexual well-being after 60. In your 60s and beyond, pleasure isn't defined by performance. It's rooted in connection, presence, and self-respect. When practiced mindfully, masturbation can continue to be a meaningful, healthy expression of self-care. The key is tuning into your body's changing rhythms, choosing gentleness over urgency, and prioritizing emotional well-being as much as physical satisfaction. Aging doesn't diminish the value of intimacy, it deepens it. This season of life offers the chance to redefine pleasure with wisdom, dignity, and grace.